Kate del Castillo, and I'm working in K11 as Mousy. I need to look at the role of Mousy, and I'm like, Mousy, but that's a guy. And I'm like, oh, that's amazing. I mean, I think that was one of the things that I loved about Jules being that, bold in her decisions of picking up girls to play men that want to be girls, so I think this is once in a lifetime opportunity to play someone like Mousy that has so much life inside, and I don't know if I'm gonna have that opportunity later on. I hope I will, but such a challenge, I cannot let it go, and that's the jobs I'm trying to seek for, because that's what I want. I want to be challenged. If not, then for me it's just like too lame to play, and I'd rather stay home. I don't want to be in my comfortable zone. I want to be challenged, and this was such a challenge. I was like, oh my God, okay, now this is so interesting. Now, not only the script, but this role that's been offered, and second of all, I was like, this is okay. It starts very dark, and you don't know where it's going, and it's kind of a heavy movie. It's not gonna be for kids. You know what I mean? And I like that, because when you go, but you don't go that far or that deep, you kind of stay in the middle, and that thing is like very mediocre, if that's a word. And I love it that they go all the way to the end. Let's see what happens, and at the end, it's a feel-good movie. Yeah, because I was like, I don't know, I want to feel something there, so I can feel like a guy, like a dude. She's like, well, Felicity had this prosthetic made, and I don't know, maybe you would want one. And I'm like, absolutely, I would love to. So I called the production, and it's like, well, this is this guy that does this kind of prosthetics, and would you be able to get that for me? That would be a lot of help. And Jules said, hell yeah. So I was so happy to have that, because it totally changes. So I had my prosthetic on, which actually you can see in one of the scenes that is not, it wasn't written, but we came up with this idea, Jules and myself, of me taking a shower with my red thong. But you can see like my body, and my boobs. I mean, you cannot see the boobs, but you can see there's something there. And suddenly there's the package, because that's the way we call it. The package is there. So it's, I don't know, that scene, I'm dying to see that, because I think it's changed my work. But in a way, let me tell you, if it wasn't for the transformation, the physical transformation that Ken Diaz did amazingly, by the way, and the jail we were working in, like only being there, dressed like I dressed, with all the tattoos and the makeup, then your job is so easy, as long as you understand the role. So for me, it was like not easy before, but once I was all dressed up and I saw myself, I couldn't recognize myself, and I was like, hell yeah, this is what I wanted. This is Mousy. What gender you are, it's not about gender, it's about who you are inside. It doesn't matter if you have a penis or a vagina. It matters who you really are. And I think that's one of the biggest things I learned, and I go home with after this movie, to really love and embrace who you really are. It doesn't matter if you're white, if you're black, if you're Latina or not.